You are awesome, and you're back.
I'm Dan, this is Mandy.
And you are watching BuzzChomp.
Woo, yeah, you go, woo, woo, yeah.
Woo!
Enjoy. The Deuce reaction.
Episode 2, and we finally got into the porn. Guys, everybody's doing it.
So we got to meet all the characters in the premiere, and now like the real story starts. I'm not kidding. Every character is doing it, meaning they're all into porn. New York City, prostitution that turns into a raging porn industry.
They set it up by showing us that a few of these prostitutes are doing movies. And basically they get paid a one-time flat, and then they're like in these little boxes, and men can go and watch their movies.
The only character who has not talked about porn, touched on porn yet, is James Franco's Vinny. But he's in with the mob. The mob indicated, oh, you get the prostitutes off the street. We'll really clean this neighborhood up. The mob bought him a bar. The mob's working a deal to make money off the top to hook up these factory workers. Who's going to work crew on the porn shoot? The factory workers. Where are they going to shoot the porn? In Vinny's new bar. But we don't know that yet because it hasn't hooked up with Candy, who got her first taste of pornography shooting a movie, if you can call it that, where Vikings have sex with her. And I think it was a house in Brooklyn or the Bronx.
Candy arrives at the end of this episode. She's obviously taken her reins, gonna be the porn director, but where does she go from here? We definitely think that she is gonna partner with Binnie. There's gotta be like two sides here though, guys. I really do think that Vinny and Candy are gonna be on one side. They're gonna be making the movies. He's got access to cash. He's got access to locations. He's a manager, guys. What's a producer? A producer is a manager, guys.
This show, more or less, is devoid of major conflict. Everybody kind of gets along with one another, except for the obvious pimp-ho dynamic. There's no, like, overarching issue. Yeah, so Vinny's brother Frankie owed money. So Vinny hooked it up with the mob to pay back his debt. It was really easy, actually. There's no issue there as of yet. The cops, they're kind of friendly. They wrangle up the prostitutes, have dinner with them, they bought them all Chinese food, and they send them back on the street. It's like a kind of a game or something? I don't know. There's not an issue with the police. The police are on their side.
On the flip side, we got our pimps, right? Well, obviously, our pimps have a hold on their ladies, and once this industry gets going, they're going to want to get their hand in it. We got our one pimp who's like all like wanting to make as much money as he can so he can, quote, go and have a family and blah, 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 blah. You know, and he wants to protect his hoes and all that. He's definitely going to get into the porn, guys. He's definitely going to get in the porn. So there's going to be that rift. I think some of his girls might leave. They might leave him. What happens? He already cut that one girl that was supposed to be his lady. Right? So that's where our conflict. I feel like our conflict's got to start brewing soon, guys. Because right now, like Dan said, there hasn't really been too much conflict.
This is very The Wire-like, in my opinion, where it was very obvious from the beginning of that show it was the cops versus the drug dealers. Right now, I don't see a serious indication that the cops are against the prostitution ring here running in New York City. I mean, they're probably getting a lot off the top. But something's got to give, right? Like, there's a boiling point here where the police can't stand for prostitution and nudity and the upcoming pornography any longer.
The one true conflict is with the police and the video store guy. He's selling the tapes. He's obviously selling the tapes under the table. They come in and they take all the tapes. This video store owner, now he needs more product, right? He's gonna need more product. I think Candy's gonna come on in, supply him with that product.
We got the pimp-ho dynamic. The pimps are beating up on their hoes. One pimp killed a man who was going to rape and murder his hoe. But he also happened to be a biology teacher who he killed. Man, there was one shot with the police was just rattling off all these crimes. And, like, they can't ignore the murders. So they can ignore a lot of the crime because New York City seems to be rampant with it. But they can't ignore the murders. And apparently, you can show porn movies in a movie theater as long as you don't show penetration. And then in the same theaters, guys are getting BJs from prostitutes. But the cops ignore it. Very strange. I'm enjoying the look into the 70s, glorified or not.
We have our college student, Abby, who is now dropped out of college. She's looking for work. I'm 50-50 on whether I actually think she's going to become a prostitute. I don't know. But she's definitely getting into porn. She's smart. She's smart. So will she be starring in the movies, or will she be helping Candy, helping Vinny get the movies going, get them producing and all of that? I'm 50-50. I feel like she's too smart to do the porn, but she's very pretty. So she might start out and get in the porn. We'll have to see, guys.
If this show is going to be like The Wire, then someone's going to die. Who's going to die this season? I don't know. Everyone's kind of getting along. My money is on a pimp killing a hoe, and then below back. But I don't know, because no one's really yelling at one another, and no one's really fighting just yet. I can't wait to see where this goes, because porn is funny, porn is interesting, and The Deuce is a lot of fun.
Comment below. Let us know what you think of the second episode of The Deuce. Yeah, kids! Yeah!
The Deuce Reaction.
Tune back in.
More from Mandy and Dan
On BuzzChomp.
Subscribe.
Oh yeah, thank you.